I'm Steve Hammond, and today I want to show you the culmination of a lot of work, the full character generation experience in the Black Book, which is the new Gumshoe character tool. You'll start here, which is sort of your characters page, a card for each of the characters that you are using. If you mouse over the picture, then you can see some of the information about that character, and you could choose to play or edit. I've shown some of that in earlier videos. But today we want to see the full experience, so we're going to go to New Character. We will eventually support all of the Gumshoe games, but right now we have two, and tonight we're going to take a look at Trail of Cthulhu. In Trail of Cthulhu, let's start with our character's name, and we will do Margaret Sullivan, inspired by one of the pre-gen characters from Eternal Lies. I am not trying to replicate her stats. I don't have them in front of me. She's just sticking in my mind right now. So once you've got a name, then we need to select drive. And Margaret's drive is revenge. Something terrible has happened in her life. Her occupation is police detective. And we're going to play this in the pulp mode. We only have three players, so we are going to need to go to 18 investigative build points. We'll talk about sources of stability and pillars of sanity shortly. Now it's time to start working on our abilities. So here you can see the list. They are all grouped by the type of ability they are. You can see that Margaret's occupational abilities are highlighted with the solid briefcase. If police detective was an occupation that had some choice into what the occupation abilities were, you would see those highlighted in red suitcases. Like, let's do the dilettante. He has a bunch. All right, so here you can see he can choose from any of these. If your choices were limited, you would only see the red suitcases by the ones that are available. And then you can pick your 5 abilities. Once you have chosen all of the optional ones that are available to you, the briefcases disappear, showing that you can't pick any more. If you unpick one, they come back and you can make those choices. Boom, boom. But Margaret is not a dilettante. She is a police detective. So let's go back and repick that. 18 investigative build points, so let's spend away. First off, we see credit rating is highlighted in the red. It's too low for the allowed credit rating range for this occupation, so we will bump it up. She is not a rich police detective. And then start with the skills that she has are occupational, so she gets 2 rating points for every build point she spends. These are all great things for a cop to have. Law. We will give her a language, and we have a few more build points to spend. So let's give her some street smarts. She can be reassuring or intimidating. And she can also do some photography stuff for crime scenes or whatever. For her language, we'll say that she has picked up some Italian as part of working in Little Italy. So there you go. There's all of her investigative build points spent. Now we come over to the general build points where we have 65. Let's start by taking her health up. We'll go to 8. Now you can see that up here, where you'll be able to spend health and play, is updated, keeping track. And let's also take athletics. Now if we get that up to 8, you can see up here her hit threshold is automatically increased to 4. We keep track of that. Firearms. She's a cop, so she can shoot. Health, sanity. We'll make her a stable person. Okay, see, as we are increasing stability and sanity, we are automatically adding lines here for sources of stability and pillars of sanity. Let's keep going with our skills. So we said she could shoot. She's also probably decent at scuffling. And she's prepared. Let's do fleeing. This is called Trail of Cthulhu after all. So let's make sure that we can flee. How are we doing? 21. All right, let's do take health to 10. And sense trouble. Shadowing. A little bit of sneak. Driving. First aid. And we'll just pick a couple to wrap this up here. And 2 points of explosives because why not? So now we have selected all of our general build points, all of our investigative build points. Now we can select our sources of stability and our pillars of sanity. Pillars of sanity, as I recall, basic human dignity was one for her, and we'll say rule of law was the other, and source of stability, her husband, I'm pretty sure was one of them, and other sources of stability could be her partner, and I think she has a kid, so we'll do her child. Obviously, we'd put the real names in there. So now we've recorded those. You can see health and stability up here. And then finally, we need a portrait. So you can drag and drop on here, but to stay in the frame of the focus, I will click on it, bring up the image import, and we'll pick Margaret's photo. Do that. Once we have completed the character, we can click play and move into play mode, where, as you can see, we can narrow down the abilities that are shown to the ones we have a rating in, and we can ungroup them so we have a simple alphabetical list of what we have. If we want to shoot somebody and spend some points, 3 points are spent, and you can see the points have gone down. I've shown some of this before. And there you go, the complete character generation experience for the Black Book. We are wrapping up, nearing completion. Alpha test will be wrapping up this week, and my hope is we will be opening for beta testing and a much wider audience starting next week. And target to go live, I'm going to commit to it and say July 5th. I hope you're as excited about this as I am. And if you have any questions or comments about what you've seen, leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much.